Hey lovies, so I'm here to talk about my experience with Tinder. Okay, so I began using the app when I was 18 years old. I'm no longer utilizing the app. I've deleted it, and meeting people in real life has been much better for me. Well, I joined Tinder in hopes of just meeting new people. It was different back then. So I was like 18 in 2014. I'm no longer 18. This was back in the days. Well, not that long ago, but 2 years ago or 3 years ago or something like that. So I was 18. I'm 20 years old now. I started using the app because my friend and I found this Tinder thing and everyone was using it at the time. And we're like, what is this? So we just hopped on it too, right? Like everyone, bandwagons. Um, so we hopped on this Tinder thing. We are like, oh, this is so fun, swiping left and right to see who's hot or not. I guess that was the thing during that time. So I began using Tinder with my friend. We'd use it together, and then I find myself going out on a bunch of these dates with these older men. So let me tell you my first experience. My first experience was with a 45-year-old man, and I was 18 at the time. A baby, yes. I didn't even know what the hell I was getting myself into prior to joining Tinder. I wasn't even expecting anything from these people. I didn't even know what to expect, honestly. I didn't even really know what Tinder was for at the time because I was still young, naive a little bit. But the experiences has taught me a bunch about these crazy people. But anyways, so I met this 45-year-old man. We matched on Tinder. He was a CEO for some tech company in San Francisco. He's from the Midwest and he moved out here to start his business. So at the time I was a student, right? A freshman. I'm still a student, but yeah, let me get into the story. So we were chatting for a bit. We exchanged numbers and we were texting each other for about a week, and then we set a plan to meet each other, right? So we plan to meet in Berkeley, next to this area that I'm always around. I was literally going to bail out last minute because I did not want to meet him. I was like having these second thoughts. I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what I'm doing. What am I getting myself into? But this man was already at the spot like 30 minutes earlier, and he came up to me. I was literally going to text him. I was looking at my phone, literally going to text him, hey, I'm sorry, I can't meet you. I'm gonna like bail out, I guess. I don't know. And he comes up to me and he's like, hey, are you Trisha? And I'm like, fuck. Shit. He fucking recognizes me. This is ridiculous. So I'm like petrified because I don't know how to act. He's like here 30 minutes before our meeting time. And I'm like, holy fuck. I don't even know what to say. I'm at loss for words. The cat literally stole my tongue. And I'm just like, yeah, Mark, nice to meet you. And so we met there, and I don't even know what was going through my head at the time. Probably like flatline, brain dead. I literally just lost. I'm at loss for words. And he's like, okay, how about we just walk down this way? Actually, I said that to him. And then we walked down, I think it was Telegraph, right? We stopped at a coffee shop to get coffee. We got coffee and then we sat down and then we chatted a bit. He asked me about school, what I was majoring in, what I wanted to become of myself, first date questions, just to get to understand and know the person you're seeing or whatever. Yeah, so I asked him a bit about himself. He was talking about Thailand because he was super into Asian culture and I happen to be Asian. And he would tell me how he used to live in Thailand, how he had ex-girlfriend who was Thai. And I'm Laotian. So they're kind of like sister countries and their cultures are similar. They share like similar, like their language is kind of the same, the foods and the tradition and stuff like that, right? And I'm just like, oh my God. He's a very good looking man. He doesn't look 45 whatsoever. So I I wasn't too like hard on that. Like people were staring, but not that much because he looked really young for his age. What else? So we chatted a bit, and I'm like, okay, I have to go. Because I had another Tinder date like right after that, and my other Tinder date was like texting me like, hey, where you at? Where you at? And I'm like, fuck, I gotta go. And this man literally asked me, can I walk you to your friend? Because I told him I have to go. I have to go meet my friend. And he's like, can I walk you to your friend? I'm like, fuck. So this is what I had to literally like think something up in my head really fast on the spot. And I'm like, fuck, okay. Sure, you can walk me to my friend. So we walked around the block and I took a loop back. And then I was like, okay, I think it's time to go. I will see you later. And it was very nice to meet you. I gave him a hug, and then I'm like, I gotta go now. And then he's like, I thought I was gonna walk you to your friend. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I just have to go. I literally was panicky, and I think he knew. He knew that I wasn't gonna have him walk me to my friend, but so he was like, okay, I'll see you next time. And I'm like, sure, yeah. And so he texts me later on that night. He's like, hey, Trisha, had a great time. I hope to see you soon. I'm like, sure. Yeah, I did too. That was the first and last time I ever went out with that guy, but he'd still constantly text me, and he'd like send me pictures of his views from San Francisco because he had a very nice condo or whatever the hell he lived in. He sent me pictures, a bunch of pictures from his condo of the view of San Francisco. It was so beautiful. I'm just like, cool, yeah, not interested, not what I'm looking for. I think he was looking for a sugar baby because he mentioned something to me that would like spark my interest. Like he thought it would spark my interest because I was like 18 years old at the time, right? Like college girl, young. I'm a poor college student. Boo hoo, she needs money. But yeah, so he said something like, oh yeah, we should go to Thailand with each other. And I'm like, why would you want to take me to Thailand? I just met you. Like, are you serious? Like, do you know what? Like, that means I have to do something for him, right? Like, you can't just go on these trips with these freaking strangers and not expect to do anything for them. And I'm just like, I'm kind of busy with school. And he's like, okay, maybe when you're on your spring break or when you have a time off. And I'm just like, yeah, sure, whatever, yeah, right? So, things started to fade away. I guess he got the picture when I kept telling him I was busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. And he'd kind of like stop texting me like right then and there. Like it took about 3 to 4 months for him to finally get the picture and realize it. So that was my Tinder story. I think he was a sugar daddy. I'm not really sure. I don't really care because that's not what I was looking for at the time. I don't even know why I decided to go out on a date with him. Maybe because he was really good looking or whatever. But that was the first time I ever been on a Tinder date, and it was with a CEO who was 45 and I was a baby, an 18-year-old freshman at the time. So that's it, and I'm wrapping it up. I will start part 2 series of my Tinder story date. The second one, stay tuned. It was, yeah. Bye, guys.